Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel with Trey You More. It's your girl Kat, and I am back with another video. I almost got carried away with this music. I almost got carried away, y'all. And I am back with another video. I am a living vessel for God, so I am here to give some enlightenment to someone who may need some, just period, y'all. If this your vibe and this your tribe, please hit the like and subscribe button, cause your girl will really appreciate it. Okay, so y'all, I'm doing the best I can with my light. Hopefully to stay together right here. This is a good view. I think it's okay. So let's get into it. So I was sitting here, doing my thing, get my mind together before I get on here. Cause ain't nobody finna be just smoking in front of y'all like that. Nah. Okay. But I'm getting myself together, and I've been listening to Disney, excuse me. But I'm like, dang, I ain't getting no song like for today. And when I read the book, it says an eternal thank you at the bottom. So that came to my head. So I'm like, what? Like, song come today? But I'm listening to music at the same time, but nothing really stuck out to me besides The Little Mermaid once again. That song came on earlier, and it stuck out again. So basically just talking about being of the world. You feel me? I feel like that's a big thing right now that's happening. People being of the world. You feel me? And so, but when I'm sitting here, I'm listening for a song. So I'm like, well, I did that song yesterday. I can see what you're trying to say, like of the world. But I had, got that song yesterday. But the next song that came on was What Can I Say Except You're Welcome. So I'm like, an eternal thank you, and then that's what's the song. So I'm like, okay, boom. Like, what I'm getting is like being thankful, just always being thankful, no matter what. You feel me? And God is like, you're welcome. Just period. You feel me? So I'm gonna get into the story, and then I'm gonna get into what I'm talking about. But you're welcome was the song. What was the beginning of the song though? I see what's happening, yeah. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how to feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. We don't even know how to feel. You feel me? That song is so real. Like, for real, y'all. Just period, okay? So I'm going to get into what I'm reading, and I'm going to get into what I'm going to say after that, okay? So at the top it says, the hidden savior. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I am their taunting song. Yes, I am their byword. They abhor me, they keep far from me. They do not hesitate to spit in my face. Job chapter 30, verse 9 through 10. I was not ready for this video, y'all. I am so sorry, because they abhor me. Like, I don't even know what that word means. And I looked up words on this other one, but I ended up doing this one, and it was like, I definitely should have looked at that word, y'all. So they arbor me. Abhor, Abhor me. Okay, so if y'all want to look that up, that's what that word is. And I'm looking up after this. I might put it in the description box what the meaning is. Okay. But they arbor me. They keep far from me. They do not hesitate to spit in my face. Job chapter 30 verses 9 through 10. Job had become a taunting song through no fault of his own. He had lost everything, including his 10 beloved children, his wealth, and his health. Then he became a byword, a common proverb. In his afflictions, others hated him and spat upon him. Yet he was a godly and kind man who experienced terrible suffering. And so we see our wonderful Savior clothed in human flesh as an innocent, kind, and wonderful human being who suffered from our sins. Men spat upon him, despised him, and rejected him. while he was on the cross. Okay, no, excuse me. While he was on the cross, he became a byword, all because of our sin, so that we might be redeemed from the power of the grave and granted everlasting life. Today, think of Jesus on the cross, being made a curse for us that we may have eternal blessings. When we think of the cross, are there tears of gratitude in our eyes? Do words fail us at the thought of such love? They should. Our hearts should break in prayer for those who sit helplessly under the power of death. And at the bottom it says, Father, words fail me beyond an eternal thank you. What can I say except you're welcome? Period. That's how he feel. You feel me? That's how he is. Like, even when we are doing wrong, that's still how he feels. He gets us in our place, yes. But that's still how he feels, y'all. What can I say except you're welcome? I'm feeling like we all need to be saying thank you. Just period. Just say thank you in the middle of nowhere, y'all. Just be driving and say thank you. Excuse me, I gotta go right now. But yeah, you feel me? Just being grateful for life. And I want to say something about an innocent man, you feel me? Lost everything, being good to people. And people were still, you feel me, speaking at him, cursed upon his name. So it's like you can have everything in the world and somebody's still gonna have something to say. You can have nothing and somebody's still gonna have something to say. So why worry? Why worry about what somebody got to say about you loving God? About you thanking Jesus for everything that he's done for us. Just period. And God is like, you're welcome. Just period. And so, my example for this is that, I ain't claiming to be perfect. We all ain't perfect around here. But I'm going to keep it real because this story is always I can feel it how it's going to stay with me. It's always going to be such a tough, story for me to tell because it's like, I'm not trying to come off like, I am one of his angels, but, I'm just God's angels, but I am, but, that I've been perfect. I've done crazy things, now, I have, but it all came back to, like, teach me a lesson. You feel me? I never had any ill intent against nobody. I never felt the need to do anything to nobody, you feel me? And, you can get mad and think that, but, like, I've never really honestly felt that way. Have I been mad and have I, expressed myself? Yes, I have, but I never had it in my spirit to want to move upon and do harm against nobody. And that's just what it is, okay? So I was in a situation, almost a year now out, but I was in a long situation, you feel me, that was bad for my mental. But that was before I was aware of who I was. So I had no clue of who God called me to be, you feel me? I was just a human, heel-loving God. That's all I knew. You feel me? I would have never known that I was going to be sitting right here. I would have never known I was going to be doing this because I was unaware. Like, I was really unaware of myself. But I was in a situation to where I had a lot of people surrounding me and I've always been able to see, like, spiritually. Like, I've always been able to see what was up. Like, and I used to call it back then, I thought I was like a vibe master. Like, I just knew the vibe. But, I had a lot of people around me. Like, and I'm not lying. If I say this story, it's going to always be hard to tell. I had a lot of people around me just praying on my downfall, like just really trying to bring me down, like speaking ill against me, like gang stalking, like it was a bunch of stuff that I did not understand. But I seen it. But me being me, I didn't act upon it. Like, I would just always be like, well, what you got a problem with me for? So at the end of the day, now that I'm here, I see the bigger picture. But in that moment, I would always be like, And what did I do to y'all? Like, I never understood it till God opened my eyes to who I was and was like, baby, I called you to be this, and this is why they don't like it. This is why they don't like you, because you are who you are, and you're doing exactly what I'm telling you to do. No matter how much ill intent was against me, y'all, and it was against me heavy. Like, people really was like mean to me and just doing stuff, but they was acting like I was dumb. They treated me like I was really dumb, like, and it's so crazy because I'm literally just in the cycle of breaking that. Like, I'm breaking that, and it's scaring people. It is scaring people because they like, you know what, like, what's going on? Like, we can't get to it no more. Like, what's really going on? And it's like, God has awakened me to, you know, people talking ill against me. You feel me? And even though I didn't know the reason why. So you dislike me for being me, basically. Because that's all I was doing was being me. Just period. Anything I did, I was doing when I was being me. I never was somebody that hid it. You feel me? But I was a quiet person. So it's like, I don't have to be all out in the open. Hey, sweaty armpits, y'all. It get hot when you get tapped into this kind of stuff, y'all. But you know, I'll always, you know, mind my business or whatever, but it's like, I don't have to be out in the streets to let everybody know what I'm doing just because I'm doing something. Like, I never was that person to be like, oh, look at me, like, I'm over here and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. No, I'm doing whatever I'm doing and I'm minding my business. And if you know about it, it's because, you know, some kind of way I told you or something. Like, I'm not hiding it because it is what it is, but what I do is my business at the same time. So I was never hiding, but it was my own business. So that's how I really seen it. And I just had a lot of people against me. But no matter what, I got here. This was the goal. You feel me? I would have never got here if I would have never trusted in God. If I would have never believed that Jesus was a living testimony of how I was supposed to act. No, I didn't get everything right. I didn't. But in my soul, y'all, I'm not even joking. On my soul, on God, period. Like, I was really in a good spirit. Like, I really tried my best to love everybody around me. No matter, I can see you, how you feel against me, but I really did not try to match that energy. I was just, you know, minding my business because I'm not finna keep, you know, and it was hard to get rid of it out of my mind because I was literally living around it, like, literally living around it. But I was living around it. Okay, so I try to think about it, but I was living around it. But it's like I would get in those moments to where, you know, what's the point I'm trying to make? Because now I'm kind of like, I never tried to match the energy. I always want to come with love. Oh yeah, because I wasn't gonna wake up like every day. Because even though I was living around it, I wasn't gonna wake up every day like angry at other people for no reason. Like, that made no sense to me. Like, now I did get aggravated because I'm like, okay, like, whatever, you don't like me, what's the point of keep doing like little crazy? This stuff is real, okay? I don't even want to like get into that too much, but it's like, what's the point of waking up having ill intent against someone, waking up and seeing how can I ruin the world today? When God loves us all the same, you feel me? And all we have to do is be grateful and show him that we love him and show him that we're willing to work with him. You feel me? That whole example, this right here, I'm not saying I was Job, but it's kind of a situation that, you know, is almost like Job's. What I just read, anyways, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I be knowing, but what I just read is something similar to my situation. You feel me? I had people speaking on my name. I had people treating me bad for nothing that I did. It was because of them that they felt that way. You feel me? And that's tough to live through, y'all. I'm not even joking. And I was living through that for years. You feel me? But now I'm here. But it's because of God's love, and I trusted him, like, even through the hardest moments, y'all. And I still have my moments. That's why I say I'm not perfect. Shoot, I'm human. But spiritually, I'm there. You feel me? And I love God. Just period. I really do. And I don't care how nobody feel about it. I stand firm in love. I'm not gonna say like I come off like just all the time, like just happy and stuff all the time. No, it depends on who you are. I can feel energy. So if you come to me and you genuine and you happy, you gonna get the same energy. And even if you don't come to me like that, you're not gonna get the best of me. I'm gonna still love you and speak to you, and you'll still get a nice one. But you're not gonna get that. You know, I'm not gonna pass. Maybe I should pass it on. Maybe that's what you do need. But I really do not want to step outside of that. And I have my moments. Like I said, this journey was a journey. You feel me? A journey. But I trusted God. Even when I did not understand. Even when sometimes I still have to be, sitting there talking. Because I'm like, I need some answers. I need some answers. But I'm just joking. But no, for real though. That's how I am with him. You feel me? Because I believe in that. Like, how can we be here? How can I even be sitting here talking to y'all? How can I even think about it? Like, come on. It's as simple as that. How do I even get to go to sleep and close my eyes and wake up in the morning? You feel me? That's a beautiful thing. You feel me? And I'm starting to, my energy is really high. So, when I'm outside, I got bees coming up to me and stuff, And I'm trying to be open to all insects because I really do think they're deep. I am a part of everything. Just period. That's what I'm trying to be killing these bugs. You see they want to be flying off the screen and want to be doing stuff outside all in my face. And I'm like, y'all really testing it. Y'all trying to see if I kill y'all or not. I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds, but you better get up. That's how I am with these bugs now. The flies, and I had a moth just land on me and just sit there. I'm like, why can't be a butterfly? But he landed there and I let him sit. But bees, I love bees. I'm going to tell y'all this bee incident really quick. So I do love bees now. Like, they be coming up on the porch when I'm out there. They be all around me. And I just be chilling, trying to stay calm. I'm more calm now. But the first time I was like, okay, nah. But, I'm more calm and they can sense that. So they'll land on me sometimes. They'll do their thing or whatever and I just be chilling. So one day I'm on the porch. I come in the house. I'm taking a shower. And I'm in there just mind my business, y'all. I look up and it's a bee in the bathroom. And it's hot in there. So I'm like, oh my God. It's like, what are you doing in here? Like, are you going to get hit with the water? Are you going to drown? Like, why would you come in the house right now? Like, why? I'm in the shower. I'm going to talk to the bee. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you in here right now? And I'm in the shower, so I really don't want to let the window up because I'm in the shower. And plus, I done seen lizards on the outside of the window, like inside the screen, but they on the outside the window. So I'm like, I don't have time for a lizard to be running here right now while I'm in the shower. I'm going to crack this up a little bit, but you need to get out of here because you can fit through this. You can fit through this now. So I get out the shower and I had let that up and then, I go in the room or whatever. I get dressed and I come back in the bathroom and I'm like, okay, and he ain't flying, he must have made it out, so I'm happy. I'm like, oh, he made it out. I go to the shower and pull the shower curtain back, y'all. Why he down on the bottom of the tub? I'm like, why didn't you fly out the window? What's going on? Okay, so I scoop him up and I take him outside, downstairs to the ground. Because I'm like, you can just lay here. I'm so sorry that you did not make it. Like, I was trying to get you out, but I'm going to put you on the ground and leave you here. Okay, boom. So fast forward a couple weeks later, I'm sitting on the porch. My son had just went to go with his dad. So I'm sitting on the porch, just chilling or whatever. And I'm drinking coffee because it's in the morning. So I'm sitting there and the bee comes up. And I got my coffee cup here. So I'm like, okay, hey, what's up? Talk to the bee. I'm talking all loud and stuff, but I am communicating with the bee. So he was on my ankle. He get up and he fly to the cup. So I'm like, what are you doing on my cup? Walking around a little edge, just walking around. So I'm like, okay, what are you doing? The bee's starting to go in the cup. I'm like, hey man, the coffee is hot. What is you doing? You gonna get in there? You gonna like, what am I supposed to do here? What, you gonna go inside the coffee? So I said that the bee falls in the coffee. So I'm like, first off, you don't ruin my coffee. It wasn't even halfway gone yet. And then I'm looking at him like, and he just sitting there, I'm like, What am I supposed to do? Like, not. So I grab the cup, I run down the stairs, and I pour it out. But I pour it into the same exact spot. You feel me? I thought the bee didn't make it because it was hot coffee. So I poured out in the same exact spot, excuse me, that I, took the bee out the shower and put in that spot. And I didn't even realize it until I let it go. I'm like, oh, I put that other bee right here. I thought the bee was gone, y'all. The bee gets up and fly away. I'm like, wait a minute. Was that the same bee from the shower? I think that's the same bee from the shower, y'all, telling me that, like, thank you. Okay, so that's just my story to tell y'all we are a part of everything. I'm pretty sure that was the same bee. And the only thing I can really say is thank you. I give y'all those examples. I give y'all the real because God is real, and I just want y'all to build your own relationship. You feel me? And I'm just keeping it real about why y'all should do it. You feel me? Just period. Like, that's all I'm gonna give it to you, the real. Like, I've been who I've been, and no, it ain't always been good, but I always was loved. Just period. No matter, and I had my days when I was aggravated, and I had a time to when, like I said, I wasn't aware of myself, so I always had that resting face, that resting bee face. Didn't nobody want to speak to me. But that's what, the devil wanted me to think, like, wanted people to make it, the devil wanted to, people to be afraid to approach me. When you shouldn't be afraid to approach me. I'm from love, and I'm just honest, and I'm just real. If you feel me, that's just what it is. I promise you, like, I'm just real. I'm not calling it airheaded. I'm like, airhead. No, but I'm just real. I ain't gonna think, I don't want to walk up to you and assume that you're gonna lie to me. I would pray that you wouldn't lie to me, because it's like, who am I to lie to? That's just what it is. And, like I said, these examples are to show y'all that you should build that relationship. You don't have to go and, I'm not telling you to go and, I don't know what people think when they think about God and Jesus. Like, I think some people overthink it. It's about time for me to get out from my whole shirt be soaking wet. Okay. But, I don't know what people think, you feel me? But I think some people might overthink it, because you see what I am, you see what it is. And I love God, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it, okay? And He know that. And I don't mean that with no harm, because I don't think nobody's gonna approach me. I don't think nobody's gonna approach me, but that's just what, that's my swag. This is my attitude. This is who I am. And a lot of, unfortunately, where I live at, a lot of people don't know that about me. Because they went against, they went against who I was, basically. Like, they took their own assumptions and whatever, and they put it together in their head, and that's what they seen. And they treated, I don't even know, y'all. I don't even know how to explain this for real. They treated me bad for no reason. That's what it is. They treated me bad for no reason, but God is good and God is love, because here I am. You feel me? I feel like it was a dream, actually. When I got aware of who I was, I'm like, what's been going on? Like, when He wake you up, He wake you up. You feel me? It's like He had me taking it all in. It was like, where have I been at? This is not real. I feel like I just got hatched out of a little egg, y'all. Like, what's going on? Who are you? Do I know you? Like, why am I here? Like, I really feel like it was a test. Like, our life is a test. I feel like God picked me up and just dropped me in the middle of nowhere. Yes, I was born, but I feel like no. I feel like I got picked up and dropped in the middle of nowhere. And just had to take it all in. I built some relationships. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I call it a relationship. It's friendly. It's mutual. So it's a relationship, yeah. I love y'all, okay? All we have to do is say thank you. All we have to do is say thank you. It's real. It's real. That next story was real too, but I'm gonna get off here. Everything belongs to God. The ownership of God covers the entire universe. You feel me? What we think we own, we will believe, we will believe. What we think we own, we will leave behind at our death. So why not get that relationship, something that you're gonna have forever? Because everything that you around, everything that you see, I mean, enjoy your life, yes. But it's not more important than what you got going on with God. I guarantee you that. Period. Okay? But there is one immaterial thing we own. Our sins. Okay? Nothing belongs to a soul but his or her sins. Let me repeat that for y'all again, just in case I sounded like a little slurred, okay? Nothing belongs to a soul but his or her sins. And that's big facts, okay? Just big facts, just big period, okay? All that good stuff. I thank y'all for vibing with me, and let's see. Y'all heard how I went out yesterday. I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. I just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. I just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. Okay, so y'all, I promise it'll get better. Boom, 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 boom. But it's all good, y'all. Okay, y'all here for the message, anyways. But watch me blow. And if y'all not getting the concept yet, watch me blow. I'm here talking about God. I'm singing a song at the end. I'm giving y'all bits and pieces of my life, and I'm high. Okay, so, and I hope I was just looking at the camera. All right, y'all, I'm playing too much. But I thank y'all for vibing with me. You already know. We know now, so we grow now. We just take this information and, I'm praying I'm able to help somebody. Just period. We take this information and keep it pushing. We are the fearless love warriors because we stand 10 toes down in God. Because with the love of God, baby, you can do anything, and that's just period, okay? I thank y'all for vibing with me. If this your vibe and this your tribe, please hit the like and subscribe button because you really appreciate it, y'all, okay? So, until next time, peace.